WatchGuard Capital. Invest your time wisely. So I got this email yesterday. The SEC charges California unregistered broker an EquiAlt scam. And if you know me, you know I hate scams, so I'm going to have to read this. According to the commission, John Marquez raised nearly $7.9 million and generated $824,000 in commissions from allegedly recommending and selling unregistered securities from the Florida-based company. And now I want to know who John Marquez thinks he is charging those types of commissions. Usually I would start with brokercheck.org, but as the article said, he's unregistered, so that won't work. I found him on LinkedIn, President CEO at Lifetime Innovations and Insurance Solutions. I'm not at all surprised to find that his top skill or endorsement is fixed annuity sales. If you haven't seen them before, watch my videos The Widow's Annuity and J. Kennedy Financial Group Review to learn more about annuities. I pulled his license information from the California Public License Search Tool, and I can't make this stuff up. In July of 2016, he stopped selling variable annuities, which pay some of the highest commissions in the financial industry. In the very next month, according to the commission, starting in August 2016, Marquez and his company began selling funds managed by EquiAlt to investors in California and Washington, doing so while neither Marquez nor his firm were registered as a broker-dealer. So he went from selling variable annuities to non-publicly traded real estate investment trusts that are allegedly part of a Ponzi scheme. A big Ponzi scheme. In February 2020, the SEC alleged that the Florida-based private real estate firm EquiAlt, along with its CEO and managing director, ran a scheme to sell fraudulent securities that raised more than $170 million from at least 1,100 investors, many of whom invested their retirement savings into the funds. And at this point, EquiAlt CEO Brian Davison and Vice President Barry Rybicki were telling investors the firm would use the funds to purchase real estate in distressed markets with revenue that would pay investors an annual 8% to 10% interest. So let's see who these characters are. You can't get much information from EquiAlt.com because the company has gone into receivership, which means the court has appointed a firm to claw back the money involved in the scam and sell any properties or assets EquiAlt owns to pay back investors as much as possible. Assets like a 2018 Pagani Huayra Roadster that is literally being auctioned off right now online, and you have to be a special kind of person to run a Ponzi scheme with people's retirement funds and reward yourself with a car like this. But that's what Brian Davison, CEO of EquiAlt, and Barry Rybicki, President of Operations of EquiAlt, did. Because the funds were unprofitable almost from inception, according to the SEC's complaint against Marquez. Without sufficient revenues to pay the money owed to investors, EquiAlt soon resorted to fraud, using new investor money to pay the interest promised to existing investors. But the article also states the SEC charged two Arizona-based brokers for selling $50 million in EquiAlt funds, with neither registered as a broker-dealer. So now I have to read that article. According to the SEC complaint filed in an Arizona federal court, Ronald Frank Stevenson and his company, American Financial Security, raised about $19 million for the unregistered offer from more than 100 investors, resulting in about $1.9 million in commissions. Jason P. Wooten and his company, Family Tree Estate Planning, sold $32 million of the alleged fraudulent investments, leading to $3.7 million in commissions. Neither of their companies was registered as a broker-dealer. First up, brokercheck.org. As the article stated, Mr. Stevenson is not a registered representative or broker. He is an investment advisor, so we'll get redirected to the SEC Investment Advisor Public Disclosure website. So the three disclosures are all related to the alleged $19 million in sales of unregistered EquiAlt funds and the improper collection of $1.9 million in commissions. The Arizona Corporate Commission alleges dishonest or unethical behavior, offer or sale of unregistered securities, and fraud in connection with the offer or sale of securities. American Financial Security LLC, Mr. Stevenson, and their employees deny any wrongdoing in connection with the offering of EquiAlt LLC debentures. The outcome or resolution is still pending, so that's all I'm going to say on that matter. Mr. Stevenson registered his investment company with the Arizona Securities Division in 2016, but looks to have been in the insurance or annuity business as far back as 2002. Again, the allegations against American Financial Investments and Ronald F. Stevenson are still pending, but I'll be interested in seeing how this plays out, because if the allegations are true, I can't see how he could have collected $1.9 million in commissions for soliciting $19 million in EquiAlt funds through his insurance or investment advisor licenses, regardless if it was a Ponzi scheme or not. Basically, it's the same thing for Jason Wooten and his company, Family Tree Estate Planning, who sold $32 million of the alleged fraudulent investments and collected $3.7 million in commissions. No broker's license for him, but he is registered as an insurance producer. And the same for Robert Bobby Joseph Armijo and his company, Joseph Financial Incorporated, which the SEC filed a complaint against, stating he raised $4,850,000 for EquiAlt funds and collected $1,100,000 in commissions. Not a broker to sell those funds, but previously was a registered investment advisor. Two disclosures, one's the EquiAlt fund scam, the other's from 2012 when he recommended a person use an advisor who ended up defrauding them. And he is still licensed to sell insurance and annuities. I don't know if it would have helped in this case since there's so much fraud and greed involved, but I posted a list of questions the Department of Labor recommends you ask to tell whether your advisor is working in your best interest or not at watchguardcapital.com/resources. There's also a link to a video where I answer the questions in case it helps you to see how I would answer them compared to your person's responses. And I truly don't want you to become the victim of a scam like this one, so here are those questions, and I implore you to ask them. That's it for me for now. Subscribe for future videos. I'm Stephen with WatchGuard Capital. Invest your time wisely.